Alright, hey everybody. We're back, but we gotta wait for the vetoes and the map order, and apparently Scarlett has HuK blocked or something, so she
And
can't.
she has non-friends blocked.
Oh, it feels bad, man. Feels bad when HuK and Scarlett aren't friends.
Oh, right? Exactly.
But okay, we'll be getting into this shortly. I just grabbed the 6-inch sub I grabbed earlier.
Oh, what's on it? Explain it in detail.
Ham and lots of lettuce and onions and green peppers and I don't know. It's pretty basic. No cheese. What is that face? I didn't even describe like a good I didn't even describe a bad sandwich.
Not the detailed description I wanted to
Okay,
hear.
are you ready for this? All right, so it's a 6-inch.
This is it.
It's 6 inches.
Oh, really?
And it's Parmesan, oregano. So there's a little bit of taste to it, a little bit of flavor in that bread.
Wow.
And it's, get this, kind of low calories. Ooh, better than Italian herbs and cheese. This is already kind of sexy. It's already 6 inches of sexy. On top of this, got a bit of meats, ham. Ooh. I can't stop. Actually, you know what the best part about this is? A 6-inch ham on this bread and all that comes to exactly $4.20 after taxes. So I always make jokes with the guy who makes it. He's an Indian guy who speaks English pretty well, but he doesn't like watch I guess like a lot of English stuff. So I showed him the H3H3 Vape Nation video, and he basically replied with like, white people are stupid. So every time I get the 6-inch ham, because it's $4.20, I always do like the Vape Nation sign for him, and he just like shakes his head. He's just so disappointed in me.
I'm disappointed in you. I saw that picture you took at the summit. Disappointed.
That was an amazing picture. What are you talking about?
Hey, what are you? Oh, yeah.
All right, well, gotta ban another person. Hey, this is the first time I've banned 2 people in one day. Feels good, man.
Oh, I know that guy. He's always been shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's actually still watching us. I can almost.
I know,
guarantee
like, we've
that.
talked about this so many times. Like, people will make this statement, like, they're protesting fucking Hitler. They're like, I refuse to watch BaseTradeTV. And then, like, they're just fucking watching it. They're like, well, fine, watch it muted. It doesn't count. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that. But I need to eat this sandwich before the series starts because I'm starving, so.
Okay, well, I don't even know if they're doing maps, so.
Yeah, tell the stream a story, man.
Oh, okay. Hold on. There should be some from maybe like the community
What
summit.
movie did you see with your mom?
I saw Ghostbusters. I really think there could have been a good one from the summit, but okay, I'll go with Ghostbusters.
Social
Ghostbusters is
eating.
okay. Ooh, yeah. And no, is that it? Okay. Yeah, there's actually not much to talk about with Ghostbusters. It was okay. I think it was worse than Bridesmaids, but still like a fun summer movie. Certainly not all the hate that it received.
How was that blonde chick in it? She was like the only
Great.
one I didn't know.
Yeah, she was
like
great.
The really weird one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Holtzman. Forget her real name. She was really good. It's it's everyone says they like her, and surprisingly everyone says they liked Chris Hemsworth. I think they did an okay job.
Yeah, I heard Chris Hemsworth was like the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all. I think Holtzman definitely was. But anyway, it's personal preference. Yeah, that's about it for that movie though. Yeah. Before that, I went to get pizza with her, and there was an old guy who was definitely scoping out his gym that he had taken
Oh yeah.
near the pizza place. Yeah. Instead of hanging out with his kid, who was looking very, very bored off to the side. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I was bored, not starving. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
instead of hanging out with this kid who was like dying of malnutrition.
Oh, God. Nope, that wasn't that severe. He ended up leaving, and if I had a better Pokemon, I would have stolen it, but I really do not have very good Pokemon at all. So.
The stream's reaction to the sandwich description finally caught up. Amazing! Amazing! Okay. Also, update, they're finally doing videos. It took them this long to add each other to the friends list.
Yeah, as opposed to just turning her privacy settings off. Yeah,
I
it's fine.
know!
It's good. It's whatever.
Sorry that you're so famous, Scarlett. Don't let us bother you.
Well, hopefully it doesn't take too long after that. I mean, I feel like I could just make King Sejong and just
I know.
It had like a
It'd be
33% chance of being correct.
It's gonna be King Sejong or Frozen Temple first, like without a doubt.
That's what I'm gonna think. But HuK actually has a master plan and takes Dasan Station. Oh,
Yeah, neither of them veto it because they just assume the other will.
wouldn't that be so awkward? Well, that's why some people don't want to veto first because like they're quote unquote like wasted their veto on something that was supposed to be vetoed anyway. So it's like the other person doesn't veto Dasan Station, and the other person's like,
It's a double bluff.
yeah, it's like playing poker. Except it just, you guys aren't very good at poker, so you just both end up losing because you have to play on Dasan Station. Sounds about right. I really am trying to think of like really funny stories from community server that we can actually, first tell without getting in
I know,
trouble.
because I don't know what's part of the NDA, like what's going to get us in trouble.
I feel like anything that Loco took a video of, right? So the lunch. Oh, we have a new sub! Oh my
New
god!
sub hype!
Did we turn you on? Is that the reason that you subbed?
Scrappy 45, baby.
Subbed for the sub talk?
6 inches for Scrappy 45, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you for the sub. Not creepy wise. So yeah, there was the lunch. Lunch is okay. It's actually not super anything exciting there, except everyone's playing Pokemon, which everyone knows. I even played Pokemon because it was the one time I had different Pokemon.
Those hotel cookies were so good.
I didn't have them. I was always
What? What's wrong with you?
I didn't eat. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Like I actually got one. I remember I chose one, and I actually like oatmeal raisins, so I was that person. But I didn't end up eating it because I was already so full from like the half sandwich and the pickle. Hell's yeah, pickle. We were so excited when they said they had pickles, and we definitely grabbed them with hands.
You and me just like ran over to grab them.
Bye bye.
I remember Raphael was like, "Wait, I didn't tell you where they were."
Yeah, we're like, "We'll find them."
I was like, "No, I heard pickles. I'm gone." I love pickles.
Yeah, that was pretty good. More Pokemon stuff. Yeah, that's mostly what I remember. We got Rifkin a cake. You can talk about that.
And you guys got me a really cool gift too.
Yeah, have you talked about that at stream at all?
No, I was planning to stream putting it together, but I've been so busy.
Yeah, so we did a bit of a surprise party because he, for once, has been kind of open about his birthday. So we were originally very, very sneaky, and then we only did like 50% sneaky. So I got him like, I gave him his Partoose, and then I was like, surprise! And we got him the 2013, I think, BlizzCon special item, the Lego Battle Cruiser. So that was a very, very big package. Yeah, but it'd probably take a long time. Actually, oh yeah, that's a good question. I think this is best of 5. No.
No, admin just said best of 3.
Oh, you know what it might be? It might be specific to the European bracket because I was reading the Stasia responses to Snoot or someone, I think. Okay.
Anyways, yeah, the Battlecruiser Lego thing I'm super grateful for, by the way. I don't know whose idea that was, but that was a really good idea.
Man. I was looking up all the stuff. I actually had a list of things to buy you, and then I just saw it, and I was like, okay, what about this? And everyone was like, yeah, that's perfect.
You're the best, Zombie Grove.
I am the bestest. And we also got him a cake because we went to get Korean food, and I was like, you know what? Is there a Korean bakery around here? Korean bakeries are the bestest. And I got, not a cake. I
did not enjoy the mochi. I was bad with that.
Mochi?
Yeah, there's like a mochi cake there, like in the thing. Like it's just.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I chose 12 different slices of things. So yeah, I know. Like one of them was also like a coffee flavored one, which I personally hate.
Me
so
too.
hopefully someone else enjoyed that one.
Everyone-
I got one.
I actually really enjoyed that. Everyone else enjoyed the cakes.
Okay.
That for me was awesome.
I didn't actually see what happened to it, right? Like I had my piece, which I ate like a beautiful
everyone just
person.
kind of ate them all.
I ate like the most beautiful person in the world because we didn't have forks. I just was like, yum yum.
Wow, speaking of sexy,
Yum.
came
Everyone
back at
laughed
just the
at
right
us,
time.
so
Oh my.
whatever. Oh
All
my
right.
god.
We finally have the maps. Took 8.5 minutes, but no big deal. Galactic, process into Frozen, Temple into New Gettysburg.
Yeah, we would have been wrong on our guesses. Frozen is in there, but
Yeah. So this will be really fun and interesting to see because I know Scarlett's been working really, really hard. What?
I made for you.
Oh.
Blurp, blurp, blurp.
Make Central. Oh, Central Server. I was like, Central Protocol. That's not the map pool anymore. What's going on?
What? Okay, yeah, I've been on Central. We all Gucci. I was doing it all right. Just screwed me up.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, so we're going to be getting into the grand finals match. Now, this is only best of 3 because it is a double elimination bracket. Nobody actually has to play after this, though. The winner of this will qualify. Then we'll go to the losers bracket, follow what looks to be about 2 to 4 best of 3s down there, and then we'll wrap up the cast, which will be kind of nice. So, still some games ahead. And thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. I believe Winter will be covering some of the lower bracket matches if you want to check out what's going on over there. And then we'll be back for the European qualifiers tomorrow morning, which will be a lot of fun.
That was super gay.
Yeah, you're just Zomgriff's just putting rainbows and hearts in chat. I'm just gonna add some of my flavor to it.
Wow, you ruined it. Ruined.
Well, okay. Brown is part of the spectrum. It's a color on the rainbow that's been left out.
It's not. Oh, it's not. But okay. We're good. We're Gucci.
Fractal Otaku says, BaseTradeTV, how to update my subscriber credit card info. I don't know, and I'm sorry, man. You'll have to ask Twitch about that. But okay, we are gonna get into...
Oh my god, it's the guy who described us as very nerd. He's back.
Very nerd.
We look nerd.
All right, Peeves is gonna watch in bed on the phone. See you there. Nice. See you in bed, Peeves.
Hey.
And that new sub, by the way, was sub 980, so we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
20 to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new Galactic Process, or I guess just Galactic Process, as it is on the map pool now for the ladder. Spawning in the top right side of the map, give it up for some Canadian hype. It's none other than the Pink Zerg Scarlett. But call her Sasha, I guess?
Well, if you're real life friend.
I know. Oh my god, I'm going to get so mad about this. Hang on, no, I got to tell this.
Okay.
So Scarlett does this thing where, like... No, I get tilted about this. I have no problem addressing her as Sasha, and I try to remember this like 50% of the time. But she'll do this thing where if I say Scarlett in real life around her, she'll just be like, Sasha.
Yes.
Okay? Like it's like a teacher just like slamming the ruler, like I imagine. Like
the trick is that she'll only really do it if you're talking to her or about her in a non-StarCraft 2 sense.
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
tested this. If you talk about her gameplay and use the word Scarlett, she doesn't care. So, it's the science behind it. Anyway, in the bottom left, as the orange Protoss, it is HuK.
Chris.
All right, so we've actually, I gotta say, I feel very grateful. We've got to know both of these players in real life. When we're staying in Toronto, we got to hang out with HuK, and that's been pretty good times. We've seen Scarlett at quite a few events. That being said, getting to know them outside the game has been a pleasure, but watching them play even better. And again, I don't really know where HuK is right now, but I know that Scarlett, now I'm doing it backwards.
Oh no, oh you ruined it.
No, I'm gonna right.
Yourself, man.
But I know Scarlett has a pretty big anti-Protoss bias, and for a while, like, it was a big joke, but it got to the point where I was actually worried it would start influencing her play, and it almost looked like it was for a time. I hope she's over that hump now, and again, with HuK having perhaps been less focused on StarCraft, might be just what she needs to qualify through. But it's good to know that either Scarlett or HuK are going to be the ones to get through and go to DreamHack Montreal. Because again, for those who don't know, this is the Canadian qualifier, and 2 players total, one from the winners bracket, one from the losers bracket, will be who you see in DreamHack Montreal, aka WCS Summer.
So, kind of flooding back memories as you talk about her extreme bias against this race. And I remember, so this was before the whole joke about HuK not playing anymore, when, you know, it's true or not, whatever. Or it was before Scarlett had gone to Korea / really, like, solidified herself in Korea, I suppose. She was losing to HuK, like, every single time. And it was very odd, because she had, by far, the better win record up until, like, February or something, and then she just like dropped, and I think a lot was because of the mentality against Protoss, where she went like 0-6 against him or something extreme.
She was literally joining every stream we'd cast and just bet all of her Proteus on Protoss every time, and then win and then brag about it.
Yeah, exactly. So she did recently beat him in the Ting Cup thing, I suppose. Ting Cup, rather. Ting Open. Right? I was scrolling through when I saw the Ting King of the Hill. Anyways, but yeah, so she did beat him recently, I guess in the last 2 months, once. But this is a very different Scarlett and a very different HuK at this point in time on these maps, in their points in their lives, as opposed to. So I don't know how much that would actually affect
Oh.
this.
This is the biggest, like, deck
Wow.
mode Dark
No,
Shrine.
this is-
Because you will never scout. Why would you scout here? There'd be no
Okay,
reason to
that-
ever scout up here. This is
Dude,
so
Overlord-
clever.
You would feel like an Overlord would be over there, right, just to check the rocks, but there isn't. So this is very dirty. I really like this though. I was gonna say HuK has
Yeah.
looked like he's kind of warmed up, right? He got better and better versus all the Terrans that he faced. Different matchup, but still. And he is that guy that okay, maybe his race is no longer as bothersome. His style of play can still be tilt inducing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like this as the first move right off the bat, and I think it might kill her.
Well, we'll see if it gets that far out of hand. Initially, the defense is pretty good. I actually really like the Sim City that he set up here on the left side as well to make sure that there's not going to be run-bys. Because, of course, there's a couple entrances to the base, which is really irritating. But as we see, he's got his bases literally covered. And Scarlett back at home, she's going for Banling. She's going for Ling. She's getting everything you want to deal with the depths. With Zealots under that initial attack. But no, the Overlord! No business to
Oh,
be
that's
up
so
here!
good. Oh,
She
God,
scouts
that
it. This is
actually really good.
huge.
Yeah, Spore Codes immediately come down.
Yep.
That is pretty damn important. The Banelings also, to a degree, would help against the DTs, obviously, because you mainly explode them, but it still is very helpful to actually have this detection.
But-
There's still a problem, though, that she has only Lings. These DTs
Right.
can actually take a decent fight.
And not to mention, they can easily become Archons in a somewhat cost-effective manner, too. So this isn't even the end of things. Now, it looks like 4 probes died, I guess. Oh, there's an Overlord drop in the main. Okay, a couple of Lings darting in and out. We're so busy watching that 6th scout, but... well, the Overlord comes back to the main. Scarlett's got some Lings in HuK's main base. That's going to be a problem. There's no Spore Crawler in the natural. Spores remain in the main and the 3rd, but not the natural base.
She meant to make one. I saw the drone just sitting there.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened. Something happened. Without a lair, there's no Overseer. Starts the lair up right now. HuK focusing on top of the Spore. Looks like he'll get it. Nice.
This is problematic.
Meanwhile, these links aren't being used at all. The DTs are just trying to do as much as they can. The Baneling's going off.
you go.
Manual
There you go.
detonation takes out one of the DTs, but only one.
Oh, well, that's still problems. This is messing up a lot, right? Like, she just, like, it kind of just remembered, like, oh, I should still be macroing while this is going on, so it's definitely messing up her macro. It's actually literally
She
messing
messed
up her droning.
Attack as well.
Yeah, the attack hasn't commenced yet, and the motion record's not in position, so it's not even going to bother. It messes up more than the 7 drones killed and the hatchery damage.
You know, yeah, Spore Caller's done. I was going to say, you probably should just go for Jones to trying to kill the hatchery at this point. Dark Shrine going to get picked off, though, so if he wants any more DTs, he's got to warp him in now. In fact, there we go, one more on the way. Adepts on the low ground, going to get some shots fired at the high ground. That's kind of cute. The pylon will not finish. The DT gets shut down.
DT.
Meanwhile, ooh, these were made into Banelings, and this is going to be a very clever attack. Probes weren't rallied? Oh, HuK's made
That's
a bit of a
very odd.
mistake.
Yeah. I really like that she's paying attention to her Overlord, though. Not just losing it, because HuK was
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah.
But what I don't know if I like is HuK's 3rd positioning. I mean, we haven't seen too many or games on this map, but this I think is one of the first times we've seen this. Usually the other 3rd is still safer, even if it is a little kind of far away from your natural. I don't know.
All right, well, not taking risks. The Overlord could have a lot of Banelings in it. He doesn't actually know. I like that he pulls away from that instead of just playing complacent. Banling in the main goes off, but only gets one of the probes. A lot of them low, though, and there's still a couple more. For Scarlett, she could do some more damage. Nah, the Stalker's on top of this now. This probably gets dealt with. Or
But
not.
it's stay there. Yeah, it needs a pylon back there.
Oh, I feel like it's almost a bit of a bluff. Like, HuK didn't realize. Good warp ins. Fantastic warp ins, actually. All right, so that gets cleaned up. All the drop harass now done. He can take a moment to breathe easy. But what's Scarlett left with to fight? You know, it's a lot of Lings and a couple of Banelings, but the army's not that great for her, and her drone count isn't sitting on 70 to really say, like, haha, my army's low, but my economy's good. This is actually a pretty rough spot for her.
Yes, yeah, it definitely is. That is quite a few Lings. They do have that upgrade, so she's not going to die. But the 4th base is should be killed, should be canceled.
Same DT from earlier, by the way, 11
The
kills.
army's there.
Did she ever make Overseers? I guess they're only just coming in now.
Yeah, well, she got the Dark Shrine, thought it wouldn't be a problem anymore. Okay, so the 4th was canceled, though, not killed. That's cool. And she is, I mean, with this style, I think inevitably you're going to start banking a lot of minerals, because the larva, like, is really hard to catch up with just pure Ling, and then Hydes, of course, can be more gas than anything else. So she can probably double expand. Kind of make up for that a little bit. She is trying to get to lurkers as opposed to getting any hydras initially.
Where's that other drop Overlord coming in over here? So she's going to go back to the main with some more drops. I think that's a great move. I really think 2 Banelings and 4 Lings is not that expensive of an investment for the damage it can do. So I really like that she's got this option. In fact, she's just going 4 Banelings deep. That might... I'm not a fan of 4 Banelings deep, to be honest, especially with a cannon there. But,
Yeah.
This is something where I actually would almost rather her keep these for the army fight. I don't know, like, that's a lot of adepts, and they're all spread out really far. It's going to take everything, and the Stalker army looks like it's going to catch the Overlord.
Well, but she's paying attention again.
Yeah.
That has actually been pretty impressive that she has not let an Overlord die soon. I feel like every single time we watch a Zerg do these drops, they do just kind of they shift click and forget about them.
Yeah, complacency ends up being an issue. Well, the Lurker Den finishing up momentarily. We'll see how big of a deal Lurkers are. Truth be told, with the Adepts in play, Lurkers could be a problem, maybe. Stalkers do not have Blink, so getting back to the main could be a problem. But there's Overchargers and a patrolling Mothership core, so really, if done correctly, Scarlett shouldn't be able to get these Banelings out.
Actually, you mentioned not having Blink for this specific thing, but I wonder why not Blink in general. Actually, the more I look at this overall game, okay, Scarlett took some time to get ramped up because of everything that happened. Of course, HuK did everything that happened to lead to that, right? But I feel like where she's advancing her tech, she's getting the upgrades, she's getting Lurkers. HuK is pretty stuck on just a lot of Adepts. Like, his Robo feels pretty damn late. He stopped upgrading from the Twilight Council. Finally, now Blink is on the way. But his army does feel inferior for 11, 12 minutes, Yeah. We'll see what he can do with it, though.
One of the things about Blink, too, is that you're going to really want that to maneuver around the Lurkers, I guess, and he doesn't know that it's Lurkers. In fact, I don't even know if he saw Hydras up to this point.
Good question.
Well, he knows there's Lurkers now, that's
there
for
you
certain.
go. Yeah, and he doesn't really have an answer for that. I guess an answer could be just maneuvering around the Lurkers, but...
If she had done some really sick hold position fire, she could have baited a really good fight just now.
Yeah, we do have the Banelings going off in the main base, I believe. 5 probes killed. And the natural, too.
Luckily, there's cannons, though, so they'll distract the Banelings instead of them going straight for the probes. So,
okay, 12
probes. Not bad for 4 to 6 Banelings or so.
Yeah, and of course, most importantly, not being broken on the front line. I really don't think HuK can, but I like that he didn't just say, oh shit, Lurkers, and ran away, right? Because that's where she advances, and he really doesn't have an answer for them, stuck in his third base. I actually think that still pulling back like this is still a little bit too early, but he is, now that he's pulled back, Scarlett is advancing forward.
So the problem we have going forward is because he went for such a heavy gateway army, there's not a lot of Immortals down. We're so far away from Disruptor tech. I mean, Blink's still not done. More drop Overlords being made. This is going to be interesting to see how she uses them.
Baneling drops.
Huge Bane rain.
It is.
Clump
I
up
mean, I
those
think she
Adepts.
noticed, that it is pure Adept, right? It's not like 7 Immortals to really soak up that Baneling damage, so it's not a bad idea. I mean, also mass Lurkers would have been a good use, I think, of Minerals and Gas, too, but...
I don't know. I think we missed it. Smelly Pickle resubbed at some point. So quick shout out. Sorry we missed it.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think I saw that either. Oh, whoopsie.
I blame Twitch alerts.
Yes, always blame Twitch alerts.
Or maybe it was during an ad break. I don't know.
Or, yeah, I blame.
Lots of Robos coming down. And he's going to be on triple Robo production, which seems like perhaps a bit of an overreaction, but this is really cool what Scarlett's doing. So this is a great way to play catch-up against the Lurker game. But let's say Scarlett doesn't win with this. She's going to find her opponent, HuK, with a lot of Adepts, a lot of Immortals, a couple Archons. Nothing that's really going to be too solid for dealing with the Mutas.
Yeah, I kind of I saw the Spire and then didn't really register with me. Maybe I was thinking more towards Broodlords much later on. But yeah, the option for a Muta transition can happen. In fact, we saw, was it True? I think it was True that was doing this. Or no, it was Rogue. It was a Korean. That's all I could remember. Rogue was it was like he relied on Muta transitions, whereas Foreigner Zergs are playing very heavy in the Lurker style. Rogue loved transitioning out. It was his only answer, in fact. He was,
the Banelings get really great hits on that army. That should never have happened. And while this goes on, Scarlett drops in the main with a Lurker, several Hydras. This has got to be, that's got to be game. HuK's got no army to speak of. Oh, that fight was too good to believe that it just happened. I mean, those are force fields too. Those were, it should have been Immortals on the front line. The Adept should have been the last things to get hit there.
I guarantee he force fielded and then looked back at his base. He did not think the Banelings were going to get to the force fields.
No, it didn't look like they would have.
That was, oh my god. Even if he did split the last second, it still would have been a very good trade for Scarlett, but that was just, this is literally game over now.
Yeah,
There's
she's on
no recovering.
She's on a ton of bases. HuK's trying to recover, but it's not even about the damage that was done in the main. It's the damage that's going to happen elsewhere. So GG gets called in game 1 here in the finals. It's going to go to Scarlett.
Gee.
Very nicely done. But as it is the finals, guys, we're going to squeeze in a small break. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you in 2 minutes for game 2. Alright, folks, we're back. Just in time for you to hear the beeps. I am waiting to go to the in-game screen, though, because I don't want to show you the dumbass chat we just had.
Wow, it's a beautiful conversation.
HuK's response to it sums up my feelings. But okay, as we get into this game, it is map 2 here in the winners bracket finals. I guess because it is the winners bracket, I would like to once again emphasize that there will be more games played after this, and as we go to the losers bracket. But one of these two will qualify through and be guaranteed a spot at DreamHack Montreal. Spawning in the bottom right side, playing for Dead Pixels, it's the Canadian Pink Zerg, Scarlett.
And top left, as the orange Protoss, he is HuK.
Alright, so I thought Scarlett's Overlord drops towards the end there were going to try and basically be for what she did by just walking the Banelings into HuK's army. You know, even with bad players, we don't see that mistake happen too often. And with good players, you're going to see a mistake like that once in a lifetime. So, I mean, for that to have happened to HuK, you guys witnessed something you're not going to see again, I guarantee you, for a very long time.
Yeah, that I don't even know what you would do in HuK's position when he saw the Banelings like roll. When he looked back, actually, again, I think I really do think he looked away for like a second, thinking it was okay. You look back, realize your entire army was gone, because it did take him a minute too to like blink back, right?
Yeah.
Like, did his hands go to his like his face, like his APM go to 0 for a second? I don't know.
I think that's when you just sit there. You don't actually take your hands off the keyboard. You just stare at disbelief. You're like,
yeah.
it's like slow motion. Your life flashing before your eyes. Like, oh, that just happened.
That did just happen. Yeah, yeah. But it should not happen again. That was really, hopefully, a once in a tournament or a dozen tournament experience. But, you know, considering on, he talked about the lower bracket, as we do see like a macro game here.
Yeah.
Assuming that Scarlett wins for a second. HuK goes to losers bracket. He goes to...
So biased.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not actually sure he would go to face Semper. Oh, no, he'd go to face the... Right. He's actually... They're way far ahead. He would have to wait for about an hour or two, I think, for the bracket to catch up. But I'm just thinking, if No Regret, right, comes up from the losers bracket, he shakes off whatever rust affected him versus Semper. He now has Scarlett to, like, kind of tell him what to do against HuK. I wonder if that would actually worry HuK at all.
I don't know, because No Regret's playstyle is very different than Scarlett's, so it's hard to just tell him, like, hey, Jake, do this.
It is different, but I feel like No Regret he's experimenting with macro, right? He is
it's not
trying
the macro
to.
element. It's just
I know.
he'll play Lings where everyone else plays Roaches. Like, that's just No Regret for you.
I was joking mostly about the macro thing, but I think he is not going to, if he's going to make with someone, it's not going to be Snoot. It's going to be like Scarlett going Mass Lings and Banelings. So I would not actually be surprised if Scarlett just confirmed to No Regret, like, yeah, that's something you should do. It worked out really well. Of course, that game had multiple other factors other than just Banelings, like A-moving, of course. But that's only if No Regret can even get up from the lower bracket. We still have 6 people there duking it out.
Yeah, Juggernaut
No
Jason.
Protoss.
Juggernaut
Protoss.
Jason's actually going to give No Regret, I think, a bit of trouble. HuK going to be sneaking some tech out once again. I mean, this could be... I want to say a Twilight Council. He's got so many gateways coming down. It'd be so weird for this to be a Dark Shrine again.
I love that this is like, it's basically like go through the things that tilt players the most.
Yeah, the
Dark
checklist.
Shrine, and then I think no, even against Terran. Yep. Then Adepts. Those are the 2 things that are going to be able to tilt the person the most, and then maybe like a Proxy Oracle. Even then, like a Proxy Oracle, not so much, right? That's more of a like I'm gonna get into a good macro game, then I'm gonna end the game right here, right now.
Do you remember my awesome rhyme, by the way?
About the Metavox, or
Bad things come in sets of 3s. Blink Stalkers, War Prisms, and DTs.
no, I don't remember that one. But that's amazing. I
So
kind of feel like I remember.
I want to say we need a variation of that includes Adepts, because that's what it's going to be. It's not even a Twilight Council. He's just going raw power.
Scarlett
Yeah. Who's making us mess it up now, right?
Damn it! It's because Fritter is in the in-game chat. She did scout, so she, throws out a Roach Warren. I mean, it's still not at the ideal time, right? And this is such an early attack that it really is like you're gonna have to cut very early time for drones. It's not like, oh, she has like 20 drones to lose before she's really, really dead. No, but she will have the appropriate units, and since it is such an early attack, it's not like 12 adepts coming in with each round. Looks like they're still going to be the third base, something that she's willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, she actually walls off the natural, locks the queen out, unfortunately, in the process of. But with the adepts up here, the Lings aren't going to be able to kill this. The +1 range on the queen, though, am I right? Goodbye, Mothership Core. Oh, wait, you got a bunch of adepts. It's not a problem.
Well, here come the roaches, and while they don't tear down the adepts, the combination of Lings and roaches is going to be better than just one pure or the other.
I don't know.
Those are really overwhelming numbers.
I just realized the army value is not showing up on the overlay. That's a bit of an issue, but numbers aside, we know the supply is... Well, the supply is kind of looking overwhelming for HuK, and if he does this correctly, retention on these units should be great. Like, transfer out now, kill the base... Oh, he'll kill and recall, actually. That's not a bad option either.
Yeah. The adept attack really is so early, though, that is questionable if that was even or not. Like, was it worth the amount of tech delayed? Was that worth his own third being so delayed? And he probably will have at least some hard time getting his own third, because Scarlett does have these units now. She shouldn't just be, like, doing nothing with them. But we'll see, I guess, in the next 2 minutes, right?
Well, 2 pylons and a gateway is going to be really annoying to lose. You still got the probe up here, so you could rebuild something to proxy later. But I like that he kept a lot of these adepts alive. I like that going forward, he has the potential to still get this really big, bulked up army. But, ooh, Scarlett with a couple of Lings dropping in the main. Mothership Core's here. It looks like there's going to be at least the 1 overcharge, so it shouldn't be so bad initially.
Yeah, just bait it and leave, though. She's been pretty good at watching her drops. But even if she's exactly what she does. She had her army also in position in case HuK did try and take a third base, but seeing no third base is actually very suspicious, right? Like, you gotta assume there's an attempt somehow, so she's gotta go back home and actually defend against another follow-up attack. This won't have blink yet, but it did add on some pretty crucial sentries, which could really complicate things if she's not already in position, so she's gonna racing back home with very slow roaches.
So, by the way, folks are asking what server this is on. This is the Canadian qualifier, after all. So even though Scarlett's living in Korea, she would have to play in North America no matter what. Like, that's just not even a question.
Yep.
We actually had someone accuse us on Twitter, really annoyingly, of quote-unquote fixing Hyun's matches by making him play on Europe. I'm like, Hyun never played on Europe, man.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It looks like Scarlett's army is overwhelming, by the way. The hatchery to go down because HuK, I think, realized, like, oh, that's actually too many roaches.
It's funny, though, because, okay, is the army a little bit better right now for Scarlett? Sure. But the fact that HuK's going to have a third base before her, that's really weird.
Thing is, I don't think he will be able to get this base. He just lost a good portion of his army to killing that third.
I don't know. Force Field's on the ramp. I guess there are Ravagers
going down the middle.
Yeah, well, there are Ravagers to break the Force Fields, too, so this might actually not be that bad.
Well, he's out of position, so okay. No Force Field on the ramp, but he can still use them to push out some of the roaches, and he might be able to hold on to this. Blink is going to finish, but there's really not that many Blink Stalkers to even use it on. He works in more depths, in fact, and that pylon side was pretty good.
Very good. Scarlett gets on top of the back of the army with these Lings now, too. Catches it in place. The Force Fields will push back some of the units, but the Corsair Gears land on several as well. Mothership Core pops off that overcharge, but that pylon, those Force Fields, I don't know if this is enough.
I don't think so. Scarlett, of course, is getting her third base behind this, and they're uneven workers right now. So a flood of Lings, a flood of roaches, they're going to have speed soon enough, too. She backs off now because we do have reinforcements coming in now for HuK with this pylon. That's great for him right now.
Can that Immortal even get out of there when it spawns?
I think it can get up behind.
I hope it can, otherwise that's really bad for HuK.
Yeah, that is something we're going to pay attention to. But I don't think there's enough Blink Stalkers.
Well,
with the roaches that are coming in right now for Scarlett?
Yeah, he's trying to do a little bit of that blink micro, but the Ravager range is pretty far, so blinking away is not easy. The Immortal is not stuck, so yay.
Yeah, it's one Immortal, though, and not that critical amount of Blink Stalkers, or with upgrades, right? That is really what makes it scary. Scarlett is running a little bit more, but she's still able to afford, like, a lot of production. Hydrogen is even on the way. That would really, I think, make her army the better one, but I think it's better right now.
Well, Cuddy with the Stalkers, I mean, picking off a Ling or two. If he doesn't lose too many, he's not bad. Gets the Overseer as well. But This is still pretty harrowing for HuK. Luckily, though, the third base stayed alive through this. He transfers probes over because the main was pretty empty. Scarlett kind of in that same situation, also getting that third base set up. So economically speaking, both matched for one another. No one really ahead in that regard. Really expected HuK to get ahead, actually, with the way he'd been shutting down that third for so long.
Yeah, it was kind of... I was very, like, I really wish we had the graph mods for that specifically, but it... To me, it was like she didn't have a problem affording anything, and that's usually where like the lack of a third base is problematic. She was consistently producing just along with HuK.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, well, which one was better? And I think Scarlett did end up coming out a little bit better in the overall thing in terms of this game. HuK did not die though when it looked like he was about to with that very limited army supply.
Yeah, and now with the double robo production, the immortal count will rise up pretty quickly. But this is where we start moving to that next step, and you're going to have lurkers. And okay, to an extent, immortals can work. For the most part, though, you're going to really want disruptors. You're going to really want something else. You can't just rely on immortals, because the damage from the lurkers will break through their shields.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course those upgrades, still a problem. She's going to have +2 over his nothing for a very long time, and he's only getting 1 forge.
Ooh, that's kind of clever. She was trying to get the observer, yeah.
Yeah. Fourth base, of course, on the way. I would have been, a little suspicious, because HuK specifically target fired that Overseer, but he is not going for a Dark Shrine. Like we're gonna have to deal with.
I don't know if he's looking. By the way, Rorcar made a tweet about Subway should sponsor me for my sandwich descriptions.
They really should. Like you eat it all the time.
I wouldn't even need payment. Just give me 1 free sandwich a day for like a year, and I'm good.
That would be
That's
Gucci.
where I would sell out. That's where I would just go full. I'd wear a T-shirt. I'd do everything every day.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't have the same love affair with any food. If
I was gonna say Korean barbecue. Yeah, like.
I would have a specific Korean barbecue, right? Like I might talk about honey pig every once in a while, but I talk about so many different Korean barbecues.
Found a Korean barbecue where we can.
You know what? I want to sponsor the Korean bakery, Tour the Horse. I will take that brand and I will mold it to me.
I was gonna say here's the perfect setup, right? Korean barbecue with a backroom set up to cast, and while you would have Korean barbecue on demand, you would also have it as a Pokestop.
Oh shit. What a good idea. I should go into business right now. Alright, so they're about to butt heads here.
Wow.
HuK looking to move out. He's got a good army. He's got Archons coming in now too. He might have an upgrade.
She's going for 5 drop overlords. It should be kind of interesting to see how this plays out.
Whoa.
Charge lots on top of that front line, but HuK's lost his detection.
Yeah, okay, that was weird. I'm actually not sure she knew the army was quite there, but HuK didn't get the force field down fast enough anyway, so enough army got through. It was very odd.
Immortals are good at killing lurkers. They got the damage for it, but not if they can't see them, and that's one of the problems. Ooh, clever pickup micro there, saving that lurker.
Yeah, I don't think HuK can break this, and he realizes that too. Now the force field's left over. The immortals are healthy, but it's not a big enough army, I think, is the problem right now, even though it is a good looking army.
So for those asking about the army supply, I have no idea. It's just a bug, I guess, with the UI. It's like the first time I've ever seen this.
So yeah, it's I guess I'll have to be the information for that. It's even. Scarlett a little 10 cents behind the lead.
Well, I mean, I keep hitting Control A. It shows it. It's not always displayed as the problem.
Wow, Control A. That's so. Oh, it felt old. Oh.
You're like, oh, Rifkin, I forgot about these buttons.
This feels old. I don't like old things.
Wow. Okay. Feels bad.
Yeah, I don't
man.
like you, Rifkin.
Feels
I wasn't
bad.
gonna go that
baby
way,
rage.
but you just went there for me.
Remember that thing I said earlier on the break that made us all sad? It's just like getting really solidified right now.
Oh no, that actually comparing yourself to that guy creeps me out, man.
Okay, left side, big drop on top of 2 cannons. This is really unfortunate because Scarlett, for HuK, he just really can't defend. Like he can't even afford weapons. He needs everything to deal with this army, protecting the 4th base coming up. Losing the natural is almost fine in comparison, but Scarlett's also doing moves behind this. She's moving towards the Nighty Swarm, Spire, all of these things coming up. And HuK, does he not have detection? Where's the Observer? Observer coming in now.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate because he had like 7 immortals that definitely could have killed the lurkers even earlier.
Okay, while he demolishes this army, he still loses control of the natural. This is where that Robo is. This is where several gateways are. Things getting unpowered. Things getting destroyed. And this is not looking so hot. The Observer even gets picked off. That's really bad.
Yeah, a little bit of a panic moment probably as she realized her army back at home is not the biggest. Pulls the drones, in fact, to give the lurkers a bit of
He's got to control that Observer, though. That's really his only Observer.
Yeah, well, even with the Observer, the Archons, believe it or not, were going down. I mean, they're quite tanky, but the lurkers were getting their shots in, and the Lings helped out just enough.
Oh,
Upgrades
overseers.
also big here. Much better upgrades for Scarlett.
I didn't really see it hallucinated an Archon or two in there. That was kind of cool to see. The Lurkers, of course, getting shreked by the powerful, powerful shots of the Immortal. The Observer goes down, but there's no more Lurkers to worry about. Don't know whether HuK knows that or not.
There's enough reinforcements. Scarlett's got this. Her army is still in the main base too, so it was like a really.
Oh,
it ended up being a base trade.
Yeah, look at this Warp Prism micro, though. So he's actually
Oh.
taking a fight he shouldn't, but the Warp Prism goes down, and the small amount of units left, I mean, she's winning the other side of the map.
Yes.
HuK actually is going to lose this. It's sad because that was really cool and some good control at the end.
Yeah, it was quite impressive. It was very, very close, but it was this drop that ended up really screwing. You know, imagine if he had a Dark Shrine, 2 DTs, clean this up. Not nearly as bad. Maybe he does continue the macro game, but
Well,
it's over.
I hope you guys are excited to see Scarlett at DreamHack Montreal because she's just qualified and locked down her spot. So congratulations to her. And now she can kind of relax a bit in whatever stressed out team house, not team house environment she's in. HuK, not out of this, though, still has the lower bracket to look forward to, so he's still got a chance to win. He'll be playing against, Juggernaut Jason knocked out No Regret.
Oh, shit.
Has Jason started versus BioIce yet? If not, we should totes try and cast it. Looks like it's already started. Rip. Alright, so this means, so HuK's not going to have an opponent for a while. Steadfast and Tearing It Up are playing. Likely we'll be casting Semper's match next. But as it will be perhaps some time before we get there, we're going to go on a bit of an extended break, guys. I'm going to be in time for a moment to go stretch, grab a snack or whatever. So we'll be back. I don't really have a time frame for you, but we'll be back as soon as we can get a game for you. So expect a little bit longer than 2 minutes, but hopefully not too much longer. So thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere. We still got the losers bracket to go through. ! Brackets in chats. And I guess just before we disappear for some time, reminder, if you guys miss any of these games, check out our YouTube, youtube.com/BaseTradeTV. They'll be up there. Follow us on Twitter at Riff_Kings or at ZG Gaming. But the stream is not over. So see you guys soon.